Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Today, I will present a study on workplace safety and ethical issues between 2024 and 2026. This study focuses on the importance of occupational health and safety, which is a major responsibility of every employer. However, there are still cases where negligence and unethical practice occur in the workplace, leading to the accident and negative impact on employees. This report examines two main cases, which are factory accidents in Port Klang, Malaysia, and workplace safety issues in Amazon warehouse at the international level. Overall, both cases show similar ethical concerns, such as insufficient safety measure, weak employee protection, and excessive focus on productivity over workers' well-being. This issue can significantly affect both of the physical and mental health of workers, leading to the injuries, stress, fatigue, and burnout. Moving on to the first case, which took place in Port Klang, Selangor, Malaysia in April 2025. This incident involved the death of a foreign worker while performing cleaning work on a blow molding machine. The accident happened when the machine suddenly activated while the worker was trying to remove a plastic bottle stuck inside the machine. Following the investigation, the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, or DOSH, found that the company had violated Section 15, Subsection 1 of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. As a result, prohibition notices were issued against the company due to the unsafe workplace practices. This case highlights serious ethical issues regarding employee responsibility in providing a safe working environment. The investigation revealed weakness in safety procedure, supervision, and machine handling practices. It is also raises concerns about the adequacy of training provided to the workers, especially foreign workers who may not fully understand workplace safety procedure and their rights. Overall, this case reflects unethical practice such as poor standard operating procedures, weak machinery safety control, and unsafe maintenance practices. The second case focused on the workplace safety issue in the Amazon warehouse between 2024 and 2026. During this period, several reports highlighted difficult working conditions faced by employees in Amazon fulfillment centers. Workers were subjected to high productivity targets, repetitive tasks, heavy workloads, and strict performance monitoring system. These conditions have been linked to physical injuries, fatigue, stress, and burnout among employees. From an ethical perspective, the main issue in this case is the prioritization of productivity over employee well-being. Unethical practices identified include unrealistic production expectation, continuous surveillance of workers, and pressure to maintain constant performance even when employees are exhausted. Although Amazon have states that it has implemented safety improvement, training program, and ergonomic system, concerns regarding worker welfare and workplace pressure are still widely discussed.
Next, I'm going to continue with the analysis of the issues or the case, starting with the local case, which is a workplace accident happened at home. First, we look at the ethical issue that happened in this case. There is employer negligence toward workplace safety. So, failure to provide a safety workplace constitutes the direct ethical breach for the workplace environment, as employees are very much responsible legally and morally to provide a safety working environment for their employee. In this case, there is a foreign worker that lost their life while performing a cleaning procedures, especially in this high-risk environment such as factories. Employers are very much obligated to provide safety protocols and many more in order to ensure their workers are not harmed. Second, there is exploitation of vulnerable workers, especially the foreign workers, because there is a lack of right awareness among themselves. Also, an advantage of the language barrier. There is a language barrier between us and the foreign worker. So, employer might have take this and exploit the foreign worker because they are very much fear of losing their employment. So, the unethical employer might have taken this advantage to exploit them to do the unsafe tasks. Third, we can see there is a failure to provide adequate training and safety protocol, as if there is a proper protocol and safety especially, there will be SOPs before a cleaning procedure that can be done. So inadequate training on this dangerous environment such as high-risk machinery and many more, there was supposed to be emergency response and maintenance in order to protect the employee from any fatal accidents. So finally, we can see there is also a prioritizing of productivity over human safety because employers are mostly focused on maximizing the profit over their employees' welfare. So in order to catch up with the production speed, there might be a negligence in the safety protocols. Okay. Next, we are going to look at ethical safety because of what we have learned to the issues that happened for this case. So when we look at the importance of safety and health in Malaysia or the organisation itself, particularly in manufacturing sectors such as factories in the country itself, we can see that this accident has resulted in a worker losing their life during performing a maintenance or a cleaning procedure. So workplace safety isn't just a legal rule to obey. It's also a fundamental moral obligation for employers to protect the life, health, and well-being of their workers. So we also can learn that the organisation ethic and business environment where companies face to set up proper procedures or safety measures or even providing adequate training. So it indicates that employee safety may be not a priority in accordance to the factories or the business in Malaysia because they are very much more prioritize the importance of maximizing their profit. So an ethical company must ethically create a workplace culture and safety is built into their culture without it being treated as a secondary concern, but it being treated as important as a daily duty. So furthermore, we can see that this case exposed a serious ethical issue in regarding of the treatment of foreign workers, because the victim of this case is involving foreign workers. We can see that due to the language barrier, ignorance of the law, and the fear of losing their job, these workers are very vulnerable to the protection, the exploitation of their employers. So without equal protection and safety demand, businesses might create deep injustice, because everyone deserves an equal right in having a safe workplace environment. And finally, the incident highlights the dangerous imbalance between productivity goal and employee welfare. So where industrial businesses focus solely on maximizing the profit, they sometimes make decisions that put their own workers at risk, because ultimately this case reminds us that safety is just not an administrative checklist, but it's also a dedication for employers to keep their employees safe and provide a best working environment so that they can foster a healthy environment and ensure the long-term business survivability and sustainability.
Next, I will discuss the international issue involving Amazon's warehouse safety concerns. The first issue is excessive productivity pressure. Amazon workers are often expected to meet every high performance targets. This pressure forces employees to work at a fast pace, which can increase stress, fatigue, and the risk of burnout. The second issue is unsafe working conditions. Many warehouse tasks involve repetitive physical movement, such as lifting, packing, and sorting items. As a result, workers face a higher risk of injuries, physical exhaustion, and health problems, especially when rest periods are insufficient. Another concern is employee surveillance. Amazon uses monitoring system to track workers' productivity and performance. While this may improve efficiency, constant surveillance can create privacy concern and increase workplace stress among employees. Lastly, there is the issue of profit over employee well-being. Critics argue that Amazon sometimes prioritizes efficiency and productivity over worker welfare. This raises ethical concern because employee health and safety should not be sacrificed in pursuit of higher profits. Now, I will explain the ethical significance of this case. First, employee well-being must be prioritized. Companies have a moral responsibility to protect the physical and mental health of their employees. Excessive workloads and pressure can negatively affect workers' overall well-being. Second, this case highlights the importance of respecting human dignity. Employees should be treated as valuable individuals rather than simply resources for achieving productivity goals and generating profits. Third, there should be a balance between technology and ethics. Although monitoring systems can improve efficiency, excessive surveillance may reduce employee privacy, trust, and job satisfaction. Therefore, organizations must use technology responsibly. In addition, this issue relates to corporate social responsibility, or CSR. Large multinational companies like Amazon are expected to demonstrate ethical leadership by ensuring safe working conditions and fair treatment for all employees. Finally, long-term business sustainability depends on employee welfare. When workers feel safe, respected, and supported, they are more motivated and productive. This also helps strengthen the company's reputation and contributes to long-term organizational success. Therefore, the Amazon safety issue demonstrates why ethical practices are essential for both employees and business.
Today, I will present about the comparison of the local and international issues. So we will look at both similarities and differences between the two cases. First, there are several similarities between the two issues. The first similarity is the employer responsibility for workplace safety. In both cases, employers have an ethical and legal duty to provide a safe working environment, implement the proper safety measures, and protect the employees from harm. And for the second similarity is prioritize productivity over employee well-being. In both situations, there are concerns that the operational performance and productivity may have been prioritized over worker safety and welfare, which is leading to the negative outcomes for the employee. Okay, now let's move on to the differences of the comparison. So, regarding to the main ethical concern, the Cloud Factory case focuses on possible employer negligence in workplace safety procedure and also supervision during the machine maintenance work. In contrast, the Amazon case focuses on excessive productivity pressure, where the employees may experience stress, fatigue, and injuries due to the demanding workloads and performance targets. Next, for the second one, we're looking forward for the workers involved. The local case involves a foreign factory worker performing a cleaning and maintenance work on the industrial machinery. Foreign workers are often more vulnerable because of the language barriers and limited awareness of the workplace rights. On the other hand, for the Amazon case, the workers involve warehouse and logistic employees, which is performing repetitive physical tasks such as lifting, sorting, scanning, and packing products under the productivity pressure. And in terms of stakeholders affected, the Cloud Factory accident impacted the workers' family, co-workers, factory management, the OSH, and government authorities. Meanwhile, for the Amazon issue affected is employees' management, customers, shareholders, labor unions, regulators, and the wider public due to the company's global operation. And finally, for the last one, regarding to the corporate social responsibility, or we call it CSR, both organizations are responsible for ensuring employee safety and welfare. In the Cloud Factory case, CSR involves providing a safe workplace, proper training, and educate worker protection. In an Amazon case, CSR involves maintaining ethical labor practices and safe working conditions across global operations. However, both cases raise concerns about whether these responsibilities were fully met. In conclusion, although the local and international cases differ in their causes and work environments, but both highlight the importance of the workplace safety, employer responsibility, and employee welfare. So these cases really demonstrate that the organization should never compromise worker safety in pursuit of the productivity or business performance. Thank you. That's all from me.
Utilitarianism theory by Jeremy Bentham states that an action is ethical if it produces the greatest benefit for the greatest number of people. In the Klang factory accident, the company prioritized production over employee safety. The lack of proper machine safety procedures led to a fatal accident involving a foreign worker. From a utilitarian perspective, this action is unethical because the harm cost is greater than the short-term benefits like higher production and lower costs. The accident not only caused the loss of life but also created emotional and financial distress for the victim's family. It also affected other employees, causing fear, stress, low morale, and reduced productivity. In addition, the company's reputation was damaged and may lead to loss of trust and legal penalties. Overall, the company failed to maximize overall happiness and well-being. To apply utilitarianism properly, companies should prioritize safety by enforcing strict procedures, regular machine maintenance, safety training. Deontology theory focuses on rule-based morality where actions are judged as right or wrong based on duties, not the outcomes. In the Klang factory case, the company clearly failed to fulfill its duty because proper safety measures were not implemented. The accident where a worker was trapped in a machine shows clear negligence in safety procedures and enforcement. It also highlights the failure of the organization to implement proper machine logout system and safety controls. From this perspective, human life must always be prioritized above all else. Employers should never treat employees unfairly and ignore safety just to achieve profit or organizational goals. In addition, foreign workers deserve equal protection, proper training, and fair treatment just like other employees. Therefore, organizations must ensure strict compliance with safety regulations, provide adequate training, and continuously monitor workplace conditions. By fulfilling these duties, companies can prevent accidents and protect the well-being of the employees in the future.
Okay, so in this slide, we're looking at Amazon through Freeman stakeholder theory. Basically, Freeman says a company has a responsibility to everyone affected by it, not just shareholders, but also workers and communities. But Amazon clearly didn't follow that. Their workers had to hit crazy production targets, got monitored every second, and did the same repetitive tasks that physically broke them down. This led to high injury rates and also burnout and chronic stress. So under this framework, Amazon failed. They treated their workers like machines, not human beings. Now this slide looks at Amazon through Fear to Ethics. This theory asks, is this company actually a good company, not just profitable? A truly ethical company should show empathy, fairness, and real care for its people. Amazon did eventually make some changes, better ergonomics, safety programs, injury prevention. But here's the thing, those changes only happened because of public pressures and bad press. So it wasn't because they genuinely cared. So the conclusion is simple. Amazon always put profit first, human dignity came second, virtue was never really part of the plan.
Ethical lessons learned from both the local and international cases. First, for the local case, the Klang factory accident in Malaysia shows that workplace safety must always be the main priority. The incident proves that poor safety procedures such as lack of proper training and unsafe workplace practices can lead to serious injury or even death. From this case, we can learn that employers have a responsibility to provide a safe working environment for all employees. This includes giving proper safety training, clear instructions, and close supervision, especially for foreign workers who may not fully understand local safety rules and their rights. Next, for the international case, the Amazon warehouse incident shows the importance of protecting employees' mental and physical well-being. When workers are given excessive targets, constant monitoring, and high pressure to perform, it can lead to stress, injuries, and burnout. This teaches that companies should not treat employees like machines. Workers deserve respect, fair treatment, and a healthy working environment. Overall, both cases shows that ethical business practices are not only about following laws and regulations. Employers must generally care about their employees' safety, health, dignity, and well-being. Profit and productivity should never be placed above human life. A company that protects its workers will build a safer, more respectful, and more responsible workplace. Overall, both cases shows that ethical business practices are not only about following laws and regulations. Employers must generally care about their employees' safety, health, dignity, and well-being. Profit and productivity should never be placed above human life. A company that protects its worker will build a safer, more respectful, and more responsible workplace. In conclusion, both the Klang factory accident and the Amazon warehouse case shows that worker safety and well-being must always come before profit and productivity. Employers have a ethical responsibility to provide a safe, fair, and respectful workplace for all employees. Proper safety training, reasonable workload, and strong management support are important to prevent accidents, stress, and burnout. These cases remind us that employees should be treated as human beings, not only as workers. Overall, ethical responsibility benefits both sides. Employee will feel safer and valued, while organization can build trust, improve their reputation, and create a more sustainable workplace.